This is the Bliss Squad team call. It is June 18th, and we're going to start with recognition. So we got you, girl. Miranda Lovelace coming in hot at 14. Me at 8. Kayla Claridge at 4. Oh, Marilyn hit Success Club, so you should be over there. I should have just made it like 10 minutes later, so, you know. Ariel at 4, Clara at 2, Julia at 2, Trish at 2, and Grace at 2. And I put Marilyn on lit status because honestly, I feel like her diving into PD every day is like, I can just see the transparency like in your business. And so I really feel like you're coming from a different place when you show up to your stories, and I just think it's awesome. So that is that. Okay. Wow. Let me share with you what was actually going on today. Oh no. Oh my gosh. This is team calls like literally every time something happens. So frustrating. Okay. Let me get the presentation on Canva because it's not letting me open it and anything else. So today we're going to go over Morning Meltdown 100, and you guys are going to hear about this kind of like so much. And you're going to be like, okay, stop. Like I've heard enough, but I wanted you to hear about it kind of initially before like Kate started talking about it or Ashley, because it can get really overwhelming. So when I first started Morning Meltdown 100, it's a different program. And at first, Sydney and I were kind of like, what's going on with this? Because it's 10 different workouts. So like in 80-Day Obsession, it's like the same 5 and it just like changes like the reps and stuff. But this one is literally 10 different workouts. So, and I'm going to show you today like what those are. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you straight up like how it was doing this program. So let me share this.
Why can't I see anybody?
Okay, so wow, this is not cute, but whatever. All right, Morning with 100. I already showed this slide to you guys before, but I'm just gonna go over it again. So the variety in the workouts is honestly insane, and it hits on so many different types of workouts. That's why I'm so excited for this launch, because a lot of different people are going to be like, ooh, like I want to do this. So the workouts are 20 to 30 minutes. There's a live DJ on the workout set, which at the beginning, like the music gets progressively better. So at the beginning, it's still like hype. But like in this phase, I literally live for the music, and like you'll get to the point where like you know when it's about to just like drop. And she always does like a power move when the beat drops, and I just like do it because I just love Jericho. So yes, I love Jericho. The early access releases July 29th for like, that's when all of our challenge groups are going to start, is July 29th. So Morning Meltdown 100 is meant to be done in the morning. That's why it's called Morning Meltdown 100. Morning Meltdown. But obviously it is okay if you don't do it in the morning, but the point of it is to get into a routine of working out. That's why the workouts are shorter. And so it's meant to be done in the morning to get you energized for the whole day. There is a modifier, and there is a modifier, because you've seen some of the jumping moves and stuff that we do, and like Jericho's freaking insane. And so some of your people, like, it's hard to jump, you know? So there's a modifier, and then there's a modifier of the modifier. So this program, like when you do the free workout that comes out on Monday, if there are power moves, like you can just explain to people that there's modifiers for this, because this is a program for everyone. It is like technically intermediate to advanced, but there is a modifier. So also she was missing in the last workout, and I like texted Sydney, I'm like, dude, I forgot her name, but I'm like, would she just like peace out? She's like, I'm actually done with this. Like, I'm not going to do it anymore. She's just like gone. I was like, okay. There are 5 phases, and there's 20 workouts in each phase. Each phase gets progressively harder really hard, but there's 5 phases. So it works up to that. Cardio, it's resistance, and it's mind-body training. It's all of it. And then, oh yeah, the free workout comes out June 24th, which is Monday. So I think I'm gonna do a Google form and just like have people drop their email, and we just send the link to them. And for them to get a taste and for you to get a taste of what this program is all about, because we are all doing it. Jericho, so BA, like literally you are just gonna see her and she's just like a goddess. Like, I love Autumn, she changed my life, but honestly Jericho is my favorite super trainer, and I cannot wait to see her again at Summit. She did Core de Force with Joel from Lift 4. So if you've done Lift 4, her and Joel actually paired up to do an MMA style program. So Kelsey's doing it right now. It's like Fight Club, but the whole time. So she's not just like a random person. She's so inspiring, and her cues, you'll notice coming off of Autumn, she's very different. So I like her cues, like how to go into the next move. I really like how she talks. Also, she's a really cute little boy, and she's married to a Swedish guy, in case you're wondering. Probably not, but okay. Okay, here's all the workouts. So there are 2 active recovery workouts. That's like yoga. These are not meant to be skipped. And when I first did this program, I was like, screw that. I hate the yoga days. I don't do that. Like, it's just a no from me. But every time I do them, I'm glad I did them. So there are 2 active recovery days. There's an arm day, which I did today, if you saw my story, up beach strength. There's leg day, which is down beach strength. Melt Con is like, that's like the melt maker. It is hell, just so you know. But it's like weights. It's like weights and cardio. And then there's cardio. Lit cardio, cardio meltdown, and total body badass. She does not play with these. Like you've seen the moves, like they get me, they're only 20 minutes long, but it's like, dude, it is like nonstop, like doing the cool jumps and stuff. So like the photo shoots for this program are ridiculous. Like the moves you can do, and just like, they just look really cool. So I love it because I love cardio now. I used to hate cardio, but they're my favorite days. There's a core day, which I did today. Well, I doubled up today. And then Fight Club. You have to embrace the Fight Club. Like, I'm serious. When you start this program, you're going to feel so awkward, like doing the moves. Sydney and I, after the first one, we're like, screw that, man. Like, that was so weird. But now it's my favorite one. Like, I get so freaking sweaty from it. And yeah, you just got to embrace it. So there's 10 different workouts. And it's just like, I don't even know the schedule because there's just so many of them. So every day I'm like, what's today? Like, I don't know. But I really like the variety. Okay, here's the pricing. So July 1st to the 15th is when you guys can start ordering. And actually, there is like 5 mini workouts that are coming with this. So I think like if you buy July 1st, you get like the 5 mini workouts to prep you for Morning Meltdown 100. And then I also think you get 10 workouts of the actual program. I tried to get all this information for you guys, but honestly, there's just like so much, and FAQs kind of stress me out sometimes. So I could be totally wrong, but that's what I've been seeing. So this challenge pack is $160, which is insane for a new program. So it comes with, that's the picture of it right there. That's not the Shakeology option. That's like the performance line. But it comes with the B100 book, which is, I didn't print it out just because it's a lot of pages, but a lot of girls in the test group did. And it's basically a reflection of like, how did the workout go today? What could have gone better? It's a reflective book. So that's what the B100 book is. There's a nutrition book that also comes with it, but nutrition is really flexible with this program. Like you can still do UPF with it. So that's chill. And then there's the dry erase calendar that comes with it. So what you will buy is the accessory bundle, which is $52, if I read that right. And it comes with the B100 book, nutrition guide, dry erase calendar, and early access. That's what you're gonna buy. And you want all the products because you want people to see the stuff. And then the non-coach price is $70. So like your clients that want to start, it is that. Okay, Miranda, 2 types of modifiers. Like Jericho's doing like a super intense jumping move, and then another girl is just like lifting her leg up, and then another girl is just like stepping. So it's like totally modified down, like for the jumping move specifically. Okay. So yeah, that's a picture of the challenge pack. The accessory bundle looks different, but that's what you'll buy. And then, okay, that was all at Morning Muscle 100. You're going to hear about it so much more, and there's all the FAQs about it. You can always ask me questions, but you're going to hear about it kind of so much. You're going to be like, okay, like let's freaking start this already. All right, comparison. The reason why I read this book, Own Your Everyday, and Game Changer book. First off, you should read it. But I feel like comparison is something I struggle with. And when thinking about what I needed to share with my team, this topic kept coming up. And so all of the content from this is from the chapter in Own Your Everyday. This is not me. Well, some of it's me, but this is mostly from her. So comparison. I'm talking sister-in-laws, I'm talking co-teachers, co-workers, I'm talking other coaches, all of it. People who you compare yourself to. I said sister-in-laws because Sean's a twin, and I'm always comparing myself to his wife. Like, there's just people in my life that I always subconsciously, like, compare myself to. So, you know those people in your life. You're probably thinking of them right now. But comparison is so easy to spend valuable time and energy on, become distracted by, and get stuck. That's the key word, like getting stuck and not being able to know how to get out. And today we're going to go over some strategies on how to not fall into this. But comparison is something that is just not worth your time. And it's so hard because it's so subconscious, I feel like. But it's like, okay, this is what Jordan said in her book. She would like get on a treadmill next to this other girl, and subconsciously she's like, oh, I gotta beat that girl. So she like looks at her speed and like tries to beat her speed and like all that stuff. And it's just like, no one is in a race. Like, you're literally making this up in your mind. Like, no one is trying to beat you except you have made this up, you know? So I feel like that happens all the time. You're just like in this mental game with like no one except yourself. So comparison is like running a race that didn't actually exist. It's like a treadmill. It's exhausting, but doesn't take you anywhere. Okay? So here are some strategies that she gave to help us stop comparing, because we're girls, we fall into this. And I just kind of wanted to go over some things that like you can literally do to help you with this, if you do struggle with it, because I know I do. Okay, we're just gonna go over all these. So the first one is remember your why. Replace the energy you are spending on comparison with the energy that focuses on you accomplishing the task you are trying to achieve. So with all the energy that you're focusing on, like comparing yourself to so-and-so on Instagram, you could be using that energy to do other things, reading PD, pushing your business forward. And it goes back to, why are you showing up every day? Like, why? And if you don't have a why, then you're just going to be like posting aimlessly and unintentionally. And if you don't have a why, it's really hard to show up. And you'll definitely fall into the comparison trap if you don't have a why that's pushing you. So I started, like, people always talk about like affirmations and stuff. And not that I thought they were bull crap. I just didn't see the value in them. And when I started my mindfulness journal, like last week when I got my iPad, like I started writing down things like, I am this, I am that, whatever. And it helped me understand my why every day. Like every day I wake up, I write those things and I read PD and drink my Energize. Like that is how I start my day. And if I don't start it like that, it is very hard for me to skip the things I know I need to do or to get in my head because I didn't start the day off with like nourishing myself and remembering why I'm actually showing up every day. So remember your why. 2, replace jealous thoughts with joyful ones. And all of these strategies, like I'm obviously talking about them like, oh my gosh, it's so easy. And I understand how hard they are because I've actually tried to put these in place. So I understand that it's not just like replace them. It's just so easy. But as you start trying to make this a habit, it should become easier. So it's hard to be joyful when you allow someone else's happiness to make you, not me, you miserable. So my first year teaching kindergarten, I had another teacher that I was consistently comparing myself to. Like she would get an email from the principal and I'm like, oh, like, well, what'd she say? And it's just like stupid crap like that. Or like a district person would go and watch her in her classroom, but she wouldn't come watch me. And so I was like, well, I'm not doing good. Like literally I compared myself the whole year and it was the worst because I could have had a year of awesome with my kids, but the whole time I was worried about what was happening in her room next door and what was I not doing. And wow, I spelled jealous wrong too. That's annoying. Okay, sorry. So jealous thoughts, they just create comparison, which leads to division, misunderstanding, and isolation. Isolation, I think, is the key word here. And I think if you do fall into your like comparison and like just negative and complaining thoughts, then it's so easy to feel like you're alone when you have all of us, like we're in the same journey with you. And obviously it's not just talking about coaching, but like it's easy to just feel like you're alone. So replace jealous thoughts with joyful ones. And here's what I'm talking about. So she says to commit to matching your jealous thoughts with 2 healthy thoughts. Like, here's an example. I dislike how much more blank she is than I am. That's what it should say. She is than I am. When you could say, like you can come back with positive thoughts about her or positive affirmations about yourself. So I will love who I am right now because where I am is exactly where I'm meant to be. Or as I change my thoughts, my heart posture changes. I really like the heart posture thing. That was cool. And her success is not my failure. Oh my gosh. I was like, that's it. Like her success is not my failure. I feel like we can tend to get like this in the coaching world where we see all these people doing this and this, and her success is not your failure. And yeah, I was like, I gotta freaking share this to people. So yeah, you definitely need to buy this book because it's a game changer. So that's replace jealous thoughts with joyful ones. 3, practice gratitude and cheerful generosity. Generosity. I think I spelled that wrong. Oh my gosh. I need to freaking spell check. Okay. Comparing yourself with others or comparing your expectations with reality is when we usually start to complain. I do this all the time, so I'm calling myself out. But when you compare yourself to other people or you compare yourself to where you think you should be, like the expectations of that versus where you're actually at, it can start to trigger thoughts of complaints. And we cannot do what we're meant to do, fulfill our purpose. Wow, I literally cannot spell. Fulfill our purpose or be lights in this generation if we're tripped up by complaining. We cannot show up on Instagram and be a light and provide that value and show people like to be their best selves if we're just constantly complaining in our minds or if we just literally just complain all day. I know this firsthand. So if those thoughts, complaining thoughts are in your head, people, like, it's hard to show up first off on stories, but also people can see like right through you. And so that was kind of like, shoot, called out. One strategy she did give was to write Post-it notes of like things you're grateful for and put them all over your house. And I still need to do this. And I really like that because I feel like those kind of thoughts can get in your mind like that. But if you look up and you see like, I'm thankful for this, it's easier to get them out of your head. Obviously it's still hard, but you can just like write down all the things you're grateful for and like put it on the wallpaper on your phone or something. But like, I start every day with gratitude before even those thoughts get in my head. So practicing gratitude, I feel like, is something that is key, so key in this journey and being our best selves and being able to show up on Instagram the way that we need to be that light to inspire other people. Okay, let her win. Let her win the competition you've created in your mind. Jordan Lee Dooley was talking about the competition with her and the girl on the treadmill. And she like looked over and she won. In her mind, she won. And she was like, I felt this just like freedom when she just was like, oh, like she won. It's just like, okay, like let her win. Like practice cheering others on. I think you guys are so good at this. Like in the team page, like you guys always cheer each other on. And I feel like that's such a good quality we do have as a team. And so continue to do that. But we're not running against other people. We're running with them. We're all on this journey together. I'm talking specifically coaching. We're all in this together. So when you create this competition in your mind of people on our team, on Kate's team, on Sydney's team, anyone, you're not against them. We're running this, like, we're trying to just be our best selves. Like, it's not a race of who is better than who. It's literally not. And I fall into this trap a lot. But my mindset is just more like, let's freaking do this. Like, we're all trying to be our best selves. We're all trying to inspire people, help people. And so we might as well just be freaking psyched and cheer each other on, because that just makes the journey even better. Okay, communicate. Sometimes the people we judge, envy, or compare ourselves to are sometimes the people we might like most if we actually sat down and get to know them. At me and Kelsey. Kelsey, see this picture? Okay. I started coaching in, I think, March. And then suddenly, Beanie Girl shows up. Beanie Girl is Kelsey. She had this freaking profile picture with a beanie on, and that's all I saw. I just saw Beanie. I just knew it was just like Beanie Girl. I was like, okay, like she came in hot. Like she like was hitting Success Club. She was just like killing it. And at first I was pretty salty. I was like, nah. I was like, it's me and Sid here. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but like, this isn't going to fly with me. So honestly, it took until, yes, Marilyn is the new Beanie Girl. That's funny. It took until Sydney paired us up as success partners to realize that, like, actually, we're kind of the same person, and now we're like best friends. So maybe you're not going to be best friends with that person that you keep comparing yourself to, but like, you never know. So I think that's where practicing encouragement and cheering each other on comes into play, because you just honestly never know. And this is also not talking about just coaching. This is talking about in the workplace, family, like people you just compare yourselves to, when sometimes they might actually be super legit. So that's me with Kelsey. Okay, the last thing, Kate and Ashley. All right. Kate is like blew up in like a year. we all kind of know her story, but she blew up in a very short amount of time compared to other people in the coaching business. Then you have Ashley, which is Kate's coach. Ashley is just now seeing the success 4 years in. 4 years. Like I'm one to get in that comparison game. And honestly, when I think about it, it's just like people are at their different paces. Like, and I just think about if Ashley quit, Kate wouldn't even exist. I wouldn't even be here. Y'all wouldn't even be here. Like, we are all at our different paces. And whether that's for you in 6 months or 3 years, like I committed, like literally the month I started coaching, I was like, I really don't care how long this is going to take me. I'm in it. Like, and there are some months that are harder than others, but honestly, I'm just like, I'm doing it. And if it takes me 4 years, I'll still be here. You know, it has changed my life that much. And when I think about Kate and Ashley and just like their different, the different paths that their journey took them in coaching, like you best believe I'm freaking going to be here freaking 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Like it's just not an option for me personally. My why is that big. Like I know I'm going to be here. Like I went to the Diamond Retreat in November. It's November. I didn't even hit Success Club in October. It's not even in my mindset to be like, oh, like get in that like zone. I'm just like, like catch it next month. You know, like it's just not an option for me. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with PD. And if I do not fill myself up with those positive thoughts, I'm right there with them complaining and just sad. And it's not good. So once you get in that mindset of like, I'm going to read PD, I'm going to freaking get into this. Like if you do have those comparison thoughts, get them out. Like you're in your lane and everybody is trying to like, we're running together as a team. And yeah, that's literally all I have to say about comparison. But that book is awesome if you are needing a new PD book. But yeah, it's something that you have to be so intentional about reading PD and getting that daily motivation. Daily. Sometimes I need it on the hour. Like literally there's some days where I'm just like, dude, I'm struggling. I'm like Rachel Hollis for 10 minutes. Like I need that. And so that's why I'm always like, dude, you gotta get PD because that's where the money is. And then once you start reading that much PD, I feel like you just have this confidence that like you're just made of just like meat and just like goodness. And you can just like talk with your story. Like, let's freaking do this. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, comparison, that was basically the message tonight. I hope the strategies like helped if you are finding yourself in that place. Just know you're definitely not alone. But there are strategies to get you out and to just like, you're on your lane. Like you're on your journey as long, like literally if you just end every day, like, yeah, I did everything I needed to today and just move on. That's it. And just keep showing up, keep being our happy selves, because I feel like literally my whole like Instagram like stories is just like my whole team, and I'm like, there's me. I like watch myself like 10 times. I'm like, okay, because you guys are just so it's just, you guys are awesome. So I appreciate the hard work that's going into this month, especially with the $20 off. And the Morning Miles on 100 launch is coming up. Don't let it scare you. There's not a way to do it wrong. It's just, and if you haven't done a launch before, then it will be your first time, but like, it's just fun. Like you just get to be excited about a new program. And then at Summit, we get to hear about a new program. And it's just like, this business is so fun. Like we just get to hang out on stories and like not give a crap about people say about us, because we're freaking awesome. And you know, you always got to hype team. Here. 80 day. You know, I was actually thinking that today. Like, what if people are in the middle of 80 day? What day are you on? Finishing phase 1. What day is that? I don't even know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a plan. Freaking more trolling. Day 23. I don't know. Kate will probably say something better than me. So stay tuned for what she says. But yeah. We'll stay tuned. I don't know. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys tonight. Let me do a little boomerang. A little boomerang action. All right. Who is ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Bam. Okay. You know that you always have me if you need to text me. But I want you to make sure you're in PD, like in PD, like actually drowning, like to the point where like you could be a speaker at Rise. Rise is Rachel Hollis's conference. Like, yeah, I'm really obsessed with PD right now because honestly, I didn't think it was a thing until probably a month ago. So now that I'm like in it and I feel just like this confidence that I've honestly never had before. Trying to be a mini Rachel Hollis, but you know how that always goes. Also, it looks like I'm like totally sunburned. Definitely not. I need to end this or else I'm just gonna like talk to you guys about random crap. Okay, goodbye everyone. And I'll probably do like, I tried to do a team call every other week, the week that Sydney wasn't doing one, but her schedule is so like weird that I'm just gonna be like, screw it, we're doing it. So if there is my call and her call in the same week, like you're just gonna get a lot of freaking hype sessions. So anyways, I will catch you guys later and